pitched yesterday and got her 20th win of the season in that victory over Boston University.
Yeah, she just was lights out and
Made it hold up. We'll talk about her when she takes the circuit as we're ready to go here in Norman. And here is the right fielder, Elon Butler, junior out of San Jose, California. And the first pitch from Landry is in there for a strike.
And you mentioned a lot of lineup changes for Cal. Quiroga usually in the leadoff spot. She's going to Butler today. Understand the decision to have Quiroga go down to the 9-hole, maybe take a little bit of pressure off of her. But in this moment, in this time in the season, Quiroga is one of your better hitters, so why not? I would play the percentages, keep her in the leadoff spot. She had a bad day yesterday, a couple of strikeouts, but only for leadoffs.
Cal just 4 hits yesterday. Maybe Coach Spencer trying to ignite something. The 0-2 pitch from Sam Landry. Down the line, and that's a fair ball. Into the corner. Cassidy Pickering quickly gets it back in, but not in time to get the speedy Elon Butler. That is a leadoff double, the 93rd of the season for the Cal Bears, a program record in doubles. And so Butler and Cal out to a hot start here.
Yeah, Elon Butler, I mean, just stepping up, trying to fire up her Cal team. She knows that this team needs some offense, and just roping down an 0-2 pitch. Gets the screwball, turns on it, stand-up double.
So just as yesterday, Butler gets the first hit of the ball game, and now Mika Lee tries to advance her. Butler now 22 straight games reaching base. She's in scoring position for Lee, the senior. In center field again today. Was 1 for 2 in the ball game yesterday. And she has been a regular in the Bears lineup for 3 years now. The 0-1 again, pokes at it, missed it. And it's 0-2 on Lee. And so now you got to think here, Natasha, that the bunt is probably off.
Yes, and just if you're Mika Lee, in the situation, what's important is you sacrificing yourself, slowing yourself down. Landry has a lot of movement. Try to get this ball in play.
And she does. And it's going to serve the purpose, almost like a bunt. Slow roller to second. Adbayani over to first for the out, but Butler now to third base. So Sam Landry 20-4 on the year, an ERA slightly over 2, one of the best in the country.
One of the best, and what she's most comfortable throwing is her changeups. That's the first pitch that she threw of the game. But yesterday she talked about she only threw screwballs and changeups. She didn't even have to go to her rise and her drop, and so we'll look to see if she goes and uses those other pitches today.
This is Acacia Anders, senior shortstop. Vacaville, California, was 0 for 3 with a strikeout yesterday in the win over Omaha. Oh, a suicide squeeze, got the runner hung up, but the throw is deflected. And back into third is Butler. That almost blew up on Cal as Anders was unable to get the bunt down.
The idea of it, I love the aggressiveness. I love trying to send a message, hey, OU, we're here, we're trying to put some pressure on you. But in this situation, you want to rely on your offense a little bit more. She's got some big bats coming up.
Another 0-2. That's just off the plate. Boy, Landry thought she had strike 3. She is attacking the zone. She has worked ahead of the first 3 hitters and had nothing in 2 counts to start. One-two pitch. California finished 9th in the ACC, first year in that conference, just as Oklahoma was in its first year in the SEC this year. The Sooners won the league. 2-2 pitch, shot foul.
And there we see the drop on the inner half. We haven't seen her use that drop too much in the last 2 days. So trying to establish that drop on the inner half.
Acacia Anders, Cal's all-time leader in 2 base hits, has 18 this season. Swung out and missed. Good changeup there from Landry. She pulled the string for the second out.
She is going to hang her hat on this changeup in any count, any situations. The confidence that Sam Landry has on this changeup is huge. First K on the day.
But now Landry has to deal to Tiana Bell. 54 runs batted in on the year. Big hack. This is a powerful hitter in the cleanup spot for the Bears. Again, had the game-winning RBI. Certainly the biggest of the 4 Cal hits yesterday. Second team All-ACC. And again, nothing and 2. So Cal has been in a defensive posture all 4 at-bats so far this inning.
Yeah, working from behind, and Sam Landry doing her job of working ahead of these hitters, getting ahead in the count.
Well, Sam Landry, 6th win and a complete game beauty yesterday. No runs, couple of hits, just 1 walk, struck out 4, using 116 pitches to get the victory over Omaha.
And Annabelle Tepperson is hot right now. She's been leading in the circle and attacking hitter.
She was 0 for 1 with a couple of walks yesterday. Sophomore from the state of Texas, 14 homers, 45 runs batted in. It's been a fantastic sophomore year. And another sophomore behind her in Ella Parker. Both of them hitting over 400 coming into the national tournament. That is still the case after day 1. Just a destructive force in the 1 and 2 spot in this Oklahoma order. And this one is hit toward the gap. Left center. Has a chance. Goodbye home run. How about that start?
Pickering just giving no life. This is a 1-1 pitch on the outside corner, and she just crushes it. I mean, off the bat, a no-doubter. Gets momentum going for the Sooners.
15th home run of the year for Pickering, and the last 2 hitters in this regional for the Sooners have homered. Remember last night, Corey Hicks walked it off in the 5th inning. And now Parker.
Yeah, just the 1-2 punch of Cassidy Pickering and Ella Parker at the top of the lineup. I mean, just anybody having to face these 2 hitters. They're professional hitters. They're in their sophomore season, and I asked Coach Gasso, what are they working on? What are they developing? And she's just like, they just continue to refine their swings, and they crush it. And we just saw that with Cassidy Pickering.
Parker was 0 for 2 yesterday and ended an 8-game hitting streak for her. This is a pop-up in foul ground. Marshall gets to it. That's Nyland Marshall again at 3rd base for the Bears. And that's the first out. #104 home runs now for the Sooners. They're ranked 4th in the nation in that category. And 6 of the players, Natasha, in this lineup for the Sooners have 11 or more. It's a very long lineup when it comes to power.
Yeah, from top to bottom, everybody possesses power. Barker as well. I mean, she's moving up in the lineup. You see her in the 3-hole today.
And just a freshman out of Rockland, California. It's safe to say she's the hottest bat in the lineup. 2 for 3 yesterday, hitting .344 on the year. And 8 home runs now after hitting 2 against Arkansas last Friday in the SEC tournament semifinals. That amazing comeback where Oklahoma rallied from being 5 down to win. 1-0 Oklahoma. And it's 3-1 now to Barker with Gabby Garcia, the shortstop cleanup hitter, on deck. There is Garcia, and she has gaudy numbers as well. Also just a freshman. That floats inside, walk Barker. So Annabelle Tepperson, who had a shutout yesterday, already pitching from behind in this one.
Yeah, she mostly will go down, and she throws that changeup, and she's missing with both. She's not being able to find her changeup. She's not being able to find that down. So she's going to have to fine tune and either go with that changeup. But yesterday we saw she gets better with more reps. So as the game continued on, she got stronger. So just trying to hone in and find the zone.
Now again, Tepperson only had one free pass allowed yesterday. Gives up the walk to Barker here. Base runner for the Sooners with one out. And Gabby Garcia, one of the best freshmen in the country, out of Chandler, Arizona. 16 homers, 50 RBIs. Pulls it down the line, but foul. Hitting .347 on the year. And not just the offense, but we've seen it throughout the season. We've already seen it here in Norman, how good she is at shortstop.
Phenomenal. Some of the plays that she made yesterday, I mean, some of the balls, I was like, I don't even think that anybody can get to that. And she made them look effortless, made them look easy.
The 0-2, again, pulls it foul. And Garcia, one of 8 freshmen on the roster. And we talked about the turnover this year from last year's title team. But the Barkers, the Garcias, some of the other freshmen have certainly adapted well, especially handling the pressure that comes along with wearing a Sooners jersey.
Yeah, and as of late.
Oh, that changeup, good one for Tepperson. Her first strikeout, 2 down.
Yeah, and as of late, Garcia just really coming into her own. But here, Tepperson wins this battle on the changeup, but Garcia just settling in and just really taking that pressure off of herself, and as of late, helping the Sooners.
Seems like they're all having fun.
Yes, playing free. Playing free is what Coach Gasso talked about. Is they're the best when they're playing free. They're relaxing. They're having fun.
And here's another freshman, albeit a redshirt freshman, Nellie McEnroe-Marinas. 5'8" Hawaiian, who is a captain and voted by her teammates as such, despite being a first-year regular.
It just speaks volumes about what her teammates think of her. Not even stepping foot on dirt and them being able to call her a captain. They want to look to her to lead, and she is everything a leader. When you're watching her play, she's so vocal. She's the first one out the dugout. She's at third. She's cheering on her pitcher right after every single pitch. She's right behind her.
This one is slammed to the gap, but there is Mika Lee tracking it down. She covers a lot of territory in center.
Now so hard. It's hard to pick up her changeup as a hitter. And when she's throwing her hard stuff, she's hitting that upper 60s. And yesterday,
from Louisiana, the 2025 SEC Newcomer of the Year. She was the ace for the Ragin' Cajuns last year. Same thing here in Norman in 2025. 3-time SEC Pitcher of the Week. Just a perfect fit, and has even blossomed more. She was really good in the Sun Belt Conference, but under pitching coach Jen Roach's tutelage, she has taken another step.
Yeah, she even mentioned the biggest change for her was deepening her mindset. And we look at her last year, she had all the tools, she had all the same pitches, but just being able to have a different mindset of how she's approaching hitters, how she's setting them up, and how she's creating success.
Kaylee Pond to lead it off here in the inning, and she pulls it down the line. This has a chance, and it's off the pole for a home run. Kaylee Pond jumping on the first pitch to tie the game at 1. The 5th-year senior with her 5th home run of the year, and Cal gets right back into this ball game offensively.
Yeah, Kaylee Pond, first pitch This pitch is a drop on the inside corner. It is hanging a little bit. It's elevated. She crushes this. As soon as she sees it hit off that foul pole, she is celebrating. Pumped up. Cal up. Cal ties the game 1-1. Sorry.
That's the first time that Landry hasn't worked ahead of a hitter. And she gets right back to it with Alyssa Herrera here. But Landry, in the first 4 hitters she faced in the first inning, had 0-2 counts. That time, Kaylee Pond took a different approach, jumped on the first pitch.
Taking advantage of Landry getting ahead, being aggressive earlier in the count. We saw that from Cal yesterday earlier in the game. They were swinging first pitch, trying to be the igniters, trying to make something happen. Kaylee Pond makes something happen there.
Alyssa Herrera 0 for 1 with a walk yesterday as she slices this one foul. It was her first game back from a broken hand. She hadn't played in more than 2 months. She was injured on March the 7th, but it's the NCAA tournament. And she wanted to play so badly, and Chelsea Spencer felt she was ready. And for the second straight day, she's the designated player. Now Landry comes right back and gets a strikeout of Herrera, out number 1.
And now we can see her splitting the zone a little bit more. She's elevating that rise ball, getting it a little bit more up. A pitch yesterday she didn't even really go to, but starting to mix it in now.
Here's Mia Phillips, freshman from San Jose. 0 for 2 in the regional. Made the ACC all-freshman team. Couple of hits in this ball game for Cal, both of them for extra bases. And a leadoff home run by Kaylee Pond to tie the game. Again, the winner of this one is 2-0 and in the championship round tomorrow. Comebacker. Snagged by Landry, and we talked to Patty Gasso about Landry fielding her position. In recent memory, she can't think of anyone that stands out in the circle defending as well as Sam Landry.
Yeah, she's so athletic. Just take a look how she bounces off the mound. Off the bat, you think that this is a shortstop's ball, but she's able to cover some ground in the pitching circle. Gets rid of that ball quick.
Phillips is out. 2 away for Nylan Marshall. Redshirt freshman from Elk Grove, California. Was 0 for 1 yesterday with a strikeout. It's just off the plate, 2-0. And this is the part of the order, Tosh, where Cal, throughout the season, at times has struggled getting consistent production. To pull an upset today, they're going to need 7, 8, and 9.
Absolutely. You need that 8, 9 hitters to get hot so that you can roll it over to the top. And maybe the decision to have Quiroga down at the bottom, maybe this is a moment where she takes that pressure off of her and can create some more momentum for the Cal Bears.
Isabella Emerlin coming out for a quick chat with the senior Sam Landry. You can see that there is a lot of confidence in that Cal dugout. An inspiring home run from Kaylee Pond to start the inning.
Well, just the Cal Bears way is to play with high energy. They've got a lot of swag. Coach Spencer, that's the way that she played as an athlete. That's what she's instilled on her team, is to play loose, play free, have fun. And they have a lot of fun in their dugout at all times.
3-0 to Nylan Marshall. She was taken all the way, and it's 3-1. Nylan Marshall recently changed her stance. They've got her standing taller in the box now. She was crouched even more so than you see here. And draws a walk. First walk allowed by Sam Landry. 2-out base runner. And Longi Quiroga, not your prototypical number 9 hitter, is going to come up here. She was the leadoff hitter yesterday. One of the leaders of this team, a very salty 347 average, 11 homers, and 43 runs batted in. Sam Landry needs to tread lightly here with Quiroga.
Yeah, this is not your typical 9 hitter. And Quiroga, this is exactly where she wants to be after a day like yesterday. 2 strikeouts. She wants this moment.
Ooh, check swing. Didn't mean to. And that's an She is my ace right now. I feel she gives us the best chance to win now. And that's why she's going with her 2 calendar days in a row.
And the reason why she's her ace right now is because she throws a lot of strikes. She goes and attacks hitters, throws the ball through the zone, gives her team a chance.
Sydney Sanders up at the plate for the first time in the regional. Took yesterday off. The only returning senior from last year's title team. 55 career home runs. She's been around the softball block a time or 2. And she's got a hitter's count here for sure, 3-0.
Yesterday, she didn't get the start, but we think just, this is postseason. Coach Gasso just trying to get a lot of the newcomers. We keep talking about all the newcomers and all the new faces. So giving them an experience to play in this environment, play in that postseason play. She knows she's going to rely on Sanders down the road.
Of course, Sanders had the game-winning bases clearing double to beat Texas in the Women's College World Series final last year. She's a hero around Norman, Oklahoma. 3-1. And walked her. Leadoff base runner here in the second for the Sooners. Patty Gasso always knows what buttons to push, the right ones all the time. Got those youngsters in the game yesterday. Of course, Corey Hicks hits the walk-off home run, a freshman. Hadn't had many at-bats on the year, but put her in the ball game, and she delivered.
Yeah, she's just always so methodical, Coach Gasso, and always would love to get in her head and see what she's thinking. She always has a plan and has a master plan and is able to figure out her personnel and get the best out of them.
SEC Coach of the Year, first year in the league. Trying to add to her trophy case. Already has 8 national title trophies in that case. The 0-1 for Tepperson to Ilana Agbayani. And you talk to Patty about Agbayani, and she'll say, she is someone who stands out. When I saw her for the first time, I said, I want her on my team.
God, she's just a hustler. She plays big in big moments. Has a good knack for the game, has a good knack defensively, but she's a gamer. She's, if you're a young athlete that comes up to the field and you're watching the Sooner team, she stands out to me as well. She's just hustling from base to base, always communicating, always talking.
Transfer from BYU. Gets the bunt down. It's a good one. Throw to first in time. And Sanders will hold tight at second base. So Agbayani, who had a sacrifice yesterday, has another one today. Go-ahead run in scoring position. Now for Isabella Emmerling. Emmerling again behind home plate as the catcher for the Sooners today. Had an RBI hit by pitch, the first run of the game against Boston University. She also had a walk. And even though the batting average is .220, she has 11 home runs and 35 RBIs. The hits she gets seem to be meaningful.
And when she connects, it's powerful. Just every time she swings, she does not get cheated on her swings.
Spent a lot of time in the cage this offseason with hitting coach JT Gasso, and it has paid off. That sails high. 2 balls and a strike to Emmerling. So this is the 8th hole in the Oklahoma order. Abigail Dayton rounds it out. She's on deck. An offense that came in hitting .331 as a team. Inside, 3-1.
And this is the part of the lineup with the Sooners. If you're the Cal Bears, you got to go right at. You're getting at the bottom of the lineup. Go right at. Rely on your defense.
Tepperson rocks, fires, 3-1. And swung out and missed by Emmerling. That was a pitch that was up and out of the zone, and Emmerling couldn't lay off. Oklahoma 3 for 7 with runners in scoring position yesterday. And drawing the walk, finally Emmerling. Was a good long at bat. Games. Yesterday, of course, the 7-inning complete game win. The start before that, also a complete game victory. That was against Syracuse in the regular season finale. She went 11 innings. But Oklahoma has her on the ropes here in the second.
Yeah, and it's just those walks that are hopefully not going to come back and bite her. But trying to stay ahead of these hitters. Now you have a force play.
This is Abigail Dayton. 1 for 1 yesterday. Had a single and was hit by a pitch. Lefty transfer from Utah. Was the Pac-12 batting champ last year. Hit .431 as a .319 average coming into day 2 of the Norman Regional. Nice catch by a fan here in Lux Field.
Nice little souvenir.
Pretty proud of himself, too. Now, there were over 4,000 fans for Oklahoma's win yesterday. It looks like a pretty heavy crowd here again today.
Yeah, these fans show up for their Sooners.
Tickets have been hard to come by. Oh, look out. Hit by a pitch again as Dayton, and the bases are loaded.
And you can feel like things are just getting heavy and the pressure is just piling on for Tepperson, but just in these moments trying to settle down and just trying to go at these hitters, and that one gets away from her.
And now back to the top of the order in Pickering, and we remember what she did in the first inning. Leadoff home run that made it 1-0 at the time, her 15th of the year. Just a little high to Pickering. Not your prototypical leadoff hitter. Slugging over 800. She is steady. She has been clutch. Chance to open this game up. Here's the home run from the first inning.
Yeah, just take a look at where this pitch is. It's right down the heart of the plate, and Pickering makes a pay on that. Just absolutely crushes it.
You see Garcia leading the pack. Pickering right there with 15 home runs for the Sooners. Line drive, base hit. 1 runner's in as Sanders scores, and that's all that will score for Oklahoma. Cassidy Pickering, who went opposite field in her first at bat, almost takes her teammate Abigail Dayton's head off with that one.
It just clutch, just works so well under pressure. And Tepperson, you can see her trying to keep the ball down. She was missing up high and elevating it, but Cassidy Pickering still able to go down, stay strong, and hit that ball to right. Oklahoma up 2-1.
47 runs batted in now for Pickering. And now look out, high and deep, but foul for Ella Parker. Parker has 5 home runs in the last 8 games and 11 on the year. Parker has been playing through some pain as of late, dealing with shin splints. She came out in the 3rd inning yesterday, but so did a few other starters. But you know, right now it's go time. It's the national tournament, and Patty Gasso needs this bat in the lineup. Bases loaded. 2-1 Oklahoma. One out, the 1-1 pitch. And this is popped out of play. Patty Gasso calls Parker Natasha one of the finest left-handed hitters she's ever had, and she has had so many.
Her swing is just so refined. I mean, from both sides of the plate she can go with. She can turn on the pitch. We've seen that in this at-bat. She's going from side to side.
And there's a base hit. Emmerling scores as they're going base to base, station to station, much like they did yesterday. And it's 3-1 Sooners.
And just such professional hitters, both Pickering and Parker. In these moments, you would want to crush it. You can feel the moment getting bigger. You've got bases loaded, but they're just doing the small things. They're just hitting behind the runner, singling the Bears to death.
Remember, it was the second inning yesterday where Oklahoma's bats came alive. They scored 5 on the Terriers and never looked back. And now they've opened up a 2-run lead here with 2 in the second and have forced a pitching change. Annabelle Tepperson, her day is over. At least it appears after an inning and a third.
So
the freshman Sydney Barker swinging a hot bat right now for Oklahoma. And the wind is blowing out to left field. Pretty steady. One 0 pitch. Hit well. And that's going to be a base hit. Again, just 1 run. But it's now 4-1 Sooners. Thought it was hit more on a line. It looked like it got off the end of Barker's bat, but she's going to take it.
Yeah, just a little bit slower timing with Reimers. And Barker's just a little bit out in front and is able to still barrel through this. Stays behind it. Finds the ground.
3 straight RBI singles for Oklahoma. And it's a 3-run inning as Gabby Garcia comes up for the second time. She was a strikeout victim of Tepperson her first time around. You can see why Patty Gasso bent over backwards to get Sydney Barker's bat in the lineup. A walk and a base hit that scores a run. It's just the freshman seeing it so well at the plate right now, can't do much wrong. There you see the bases. Pickering, Parker, and Barker.
And the Sooners just trying to time up to Reimers. She's a little bit slower than Tepperson, and so she's got a little bit more spin. She spins the ball through the zone. She's spinning with that screw, using that change. So just trying to find their timing.
That's outside. Pitching and defense has at times been an Achilles heel for Cal. The offense can pretty much keep up with just about anybody in the country. Oh, and that hit. That's an RBI hit by pitch for Garcia. 4th run of the inning. It's 5-1.
Yeah, and that's been the difference. Play is pitching, is the 3 bases. Starting with Sanders, a walk. Isabella Emmerling, a walk from Tepperson, and a couple hit by pitches as well. And just see that last hit by pitch. So just the control in the circle. It starts in the circle, and so Bears just being able to have to hone in on trying to focus on just getting outs.
Nellie McEnroe-Marinas flew out to center in the first inning. The only out in this inning, the sacrifice bunt by Agbayani. Bases loaded. Still just one out. The first pitch stays away. Ellie McEnroe-Marinas, first-team All-SEC, has been a fixture at third base all season for the Sooners. And she has been clutch, too, with 14 homers and 47 runs batted in. Inside, 2-0. And now, if you're McEnroe-Marinas, what are you looking for here, Tom?
I would look for that screwball. You can see Reimers just spinning that screwball in. I would look on trying to turn something. There's a big gap left center.
Let's see if the captain is thinking like you are. The 2-0. And that's a strike just above the knees.
Pitch right there.
And she knew it.
But just with Reimers, you want to split the plate in half. Either you're looking in, you're looking out. She's going to that screw and curve.
Chop foul. 2-2. Boy, this is an out right now that Reimers desperately needs. She would love to have a ground ball that could turn to and end the inning. But again, fielding has been a problem. We saw a couple of infield errors yesterday that weren't costly in the long run for Cal, but 2 in a row on that left side of the infield. Swung out and missed. Got her on the strikeout. 2 down.
And that's her bread and butter, is that rise ball. She throws it through the zone. She'll spin it. She gets McEnroe-Marinas to bite at it. Picks up her first strikeout.
Now Sydney Sanders, who started the inning with a walk, came around to score. The 10th Sooner to hit in this inning. Sanders came into the season, and she'll tell you this, in the best playing condition of her career. Spent some time in the weight room. Senior out of San Marcos, California. 3rd year at Oklahoma after transferring in from Arizona State.
She's just one of those very cool, calm, collected athletes. Not much phases her. Very chill as a senior.
There you see the bases full of Sooners. Already a 4-run inning. That pitch from Reimers misses. So now 3-1, and again a hitter's count.
And this is, if I'm Sanders, I am swinging aggressively. I'm looking for this perfect pitch. She's got the advantage here.
Changeup floats in for strike 2. I don't think that's what Sanders was expecting.
Right, and the off speed there. Nothing hurt. But if I'm her, I'm looking for splitting the plate. I'm either looking in, looking out.
Pitches down. Sanders able to battle it off. Sanders, if you're wondering, does have a grand slam this year. Came against Bowling Green back in late February. Anna Reimers on in relief, trying to get out of this jam. Oh, it's hard and down the line, but foul. Boy, Sanders just crunched that. This is a long at bat for the veteran Sydney Sanders.
Yeah, and Reimers looked like she was saying something to the dugout, but just trying to find just where she can locate that changeup. Great pitch in that moment, in that 3-2 count. I like the decision to go to that off speed. Just trying to keep it down.
Anna Reimers in for Annabella Tepperson, who lasted an inning and a third. Another changeup.
We only saw that from the Sooners.
Now it was Corey Hicks with the walk-off. against BU in the 5th last night. Here's a comebacker off the glove of Landry. It's going to carry him over to Garcia, but she doesn't have a play. Second hit of the game for Elon Butler. The Cal Bears leadoff hitter is on here in the 3rd inning.
And Elon Butler just swinging first pitch. Honestly, just trying to get something going for her team, and that's a little break there. You know, Sam Landry builds her position well, so that's a bonus.
I think since the 1st inning, Cal has made an adjustment here to attack that first pitch. As Mika Lee comes up, she does not swing at that first pitch, and it's a called strike by home plate umpire John Hamm. Mika Lee hitting a team best .386. 4 homers and 21 runs batted in. Ground ball, that's through on the left side. Good piece of hitting there from Mika Lee. Back-to-back singles by the Bears here in the 3rd.
And I like that decision to bring Mika Lee up into the 2 hole. She just could do so many things in that 2 spot. She can hit for power, she can poke it through, she can slap, she can bunt. Just very versatile. Just gets this offense continuing to roll.
Lee comes from a long line of Cal graduates. Both of her parents, a couple of uncles, and an aunt have degrees from Cal Berkeley. And now Keisha Anders dumps one into center field for a base hit. Dayton gets it back in, but a run scores. Butler, who's very fast, comes around from second to make it 5-2. An RBI single from Acacia Anders.
And the plan to stick to swing into the first pitch is working. Aggressive swings first pitch, but look at Butler. She doesn't even take a peek because she knows exactly where the center fielder is playing. She doesn't even hesitate. She stands up scoring.
Now we'll see what Tiana Bell does with the first pitch. Chases one a little bit out of the zone, and fans on the changeup. But Cal with 3 straight singles here. And again, a more aggressive approach against Landry seems to be paying off. 0-1 to the cleanup hitter. Now showing bunt. Was a little surprise.
Oh yeah, but I like it. Like, take what the defense gives you. Yeah, this is your biggest hitter up at the plate, but you look at the defenders. Right now, we need base runners. We need momentum. We need things to happen.
Tons of power for Bell. 7th in the ACC with her 15 homers. Behind in the count 0-2. Another changeup. Called strike 3, and Bell knew it. 1 down.
And you almost wonder if Bell was trying to sit changeup when she was going and showing that bunt, but Sam Landry saves that to have that as our strikeout pitch. Out number 2. Sorry, out number 1.
So the Bears captain sits down, and here's Kaylee Pond, who homered to start the 2nd inning. 5th of the year for Pond. It was straight down the line off the pole in the corner.
And as you're Kaylee Pond, you know, last at bat, you swing first pitch, you got something hard. You have to expect this next at bat that your first pitch, you're going to get some off speed, but just absolutely crushes it. The plan to swing aggressive early in the count, again, being able to pay off big.
Kaylee Pond, a redshirt senior, Iowa State transfer in her 3rd year at Cal. Tore her ACL a couple of years ago, missed the entire season. She's had 3 ACL injuries in her life, so just staying on the field has been a challenge. And here she is in her 5th year of college softball, and having a good season.
And another adjustment that Kaylee Pond has made, she's changed her stance during this season. She's a little bit taller, so if you take a look, she's in her batting stance. She's standing a little bit taller. Before, she was a little bit more crouched, so she's able to get to contact quicker. She's able to have better eyes on the ball.
Cal has had base runners every inning. We got 2 on with 1 out. 1 run already in here in the 3rd. It stays away 2-2.
And that's why I like this matchup with the Bears. I know that they can hang offensively. They're able to have some run production, get runners on. They're aggressive swingers.
They already have more hits than they had yesterday in the win over Omaha. They only had 4 yesterday, 5 today. 2-2, sat on that off-speed pitch and nearly pulled it down the line for extra bases. Kaylee Pond 1 for 3 in the regional. Oh, that hit her. And look at the emotion from the veteran Kaylee Pond as she takes her base. Bases loaded for Cal and 1 out.
This just gets away from Landry, just right at Pond, and she is fired up. This is momentum for the Bears.
And now here comes Jen Rocha to talk to Sam Landry. This is exactly the kind of response that Chelsea Spencer was hoping for after Oklahoma scored 4 times in the second inning to open up this game to 5-1. And now they have Sam Landry teetering a bit.
Yeah, and this is what the Bears offense does. They just put a lot of pressure. They're swinging first pitch. You're seeing the adjustments going back and forth. You're seeing Sam Landry throwing more changeups on that first pitch. So it's just this cat and mouse game, but these Bears can go toe-to-toe offensively with the Sooners.
One walk for Landry. That's her first hit by pitch. And now Alyssa Herrera comes up, the designated player. Struck out her first time up. Looking for her first hit since she was injured on March the 7th. Only her second game back. And Landry buries a strike to get the at-bat started. This is the piece that Cal has been missing in this batting order. They've got her back, but you got to believe she's a little rusty. One and one.
Yeah, but it's these moments that you live for, and so you have all the trust, even though she's rusty, that she'd still get it done and try to come through.
This is the first time she's been up all year with the bases loaded. 1-1 pitch. Third base, second for 1. Double play. Nellie McEnroe-Marinas starts the double play, and Oklahoma gets off the field as Cal leaves them loaded.